In this lesson, I'm going over with students how to identify an outlier with a different method than just looking at the pattern. You can see that 86 is probably an outlier in this data set just because it deviates quite a bit more from the other numbers in this pattern. But we're going to verify it with the interquartile range rules, or the 1.5 rule that I call it in this lesson. So you need to first find the interquartile range. So we're going to find the median, and this is usually used with box and whisker plots, but I'm showing to the students that you can actually find interquartile range, quartile 1, quartile 3, and use these rules without drawing or creating a box and whisker plot, just with the data set. So median is 45, then that's going to split the data into a lower half data set and an upper half. The lower half, the median of the lower half of the data set is quartile 1. That's going to be 36. The median of the upper half is going to be quartile 3. And that's going to be 55. Then you need to find the interquartile range, which on a box and whisker plot would be the length of the box, but it's basically quartile 3 subtract quartile 1. So that's going to be 55 minus 36, which is going to give us 19 for the interquartile range. Then you use that 1.5 times the interquartile range, and you subtract it from quartile 1 and add it to quartile 3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take quartile 1. We're going to subtract 1.5 times 19 and see if we get any numbers. If any numbers in the data set are lower than that number that we get, then it's going to be verified as an outlier. And we also going to take quartile 3, which is the end of the box if you're visualizing the box and whisker plot, and we're going to add 1.5 times 19 on the other end of the box if you're visualizing it as a box and whisker plot. And if it's greater than that number, it's an outlier. So quartile 1 is 36. 1.5 times 19 is going to be 28.5. So when we subtract that, we get 7.5. So we don't have any numbers in the data set lower than 7.5. So on the left side of the data set, near the minimum at 31, we don't have anything lower than that. So it's going to be no outlier on that one. But quartile 3 is 55. And if you take 55 and you add that 1.5 times 19, which is 28.5, to the 55, you get 83.5. And 86 is greater than 83.5. I mean, 83.6 is less than 83.5, so it's going to be, 86 is going to be an outlier. So 86 is greater than 83.6. Therefore, 86 is an outlier of this data set.